TJ the Wheel Deal coming at you live. It is Halloween. Halloween, guys. I am coming at you live as Fat Man. Not Batman, but Fat Man. The portfolio is bleeding red, so I figured I'd go into the closet, pull out the superhero outfit. But we're going to have to rescue. We're going to have to go on some rescue missions today. We're going to have to figure out what the hell is going on with this portfolio. Why is it bleeding? Why is it looking like Friday the 13th? Why is it looking like Freddy Krueger? Like, we need to figure out what the heck is going on here. So, anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that you're not jumping off a ledge or anything like that. I am here to let you know that it's going to be a-okay. I believe. Anyway, let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with the portfolio. So we're going to call it the 130-minute mark. And we start talking about the portfolio update. Moves that I made specifically, because there was a big move that was made in the portfolio today. So we're going to share the screen. I'm going to figure this thing out a little bit. So the portfolio is red today, guys. It is red. Let me see what Bill White's saying over here. He might be making fun of my outfit. That's Fat Man. Anyway, let me know how bad y'all's portfolio is going today. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one. You know what I mean? What's going on, Bookend? What's going on, Invest with Ned? What's going on, Dex? Hello, another day, another buying opportunity. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, there's plenty of buying opportunities out there. The problem is you don't want to deploy your cash too soon, because then now you're going to find yourself bag holding. Because when we buy the dip, we're bag holding immediately, right? We're like calling everybody, oh my God, I scooped up all these shares of Amazon at 180. And then, you don't call your friends again and tell them that they went to 160, 150, right? So we got to be careful, got to be careful. So anyway, let's see what's going on with the portfolio. I made a big move today, big bet today on RIOT platforms, my beloved RIOT. We got the little, where's the little extra hash thing here? Here we go. Got the little bracelet. So we're going to put on the little bracelet because we got to do something. We got to do something to get the mojo going here. We got the little 100 exahash per second bracelet. We got RIOT blockchain, so it's right here. So we got that thing going now. We got the little Bitcoin coin right here too. So we got to put the positive juju on it, right? So anyway, RIOT had earnings yesterday. And I thought they came in line with what I expected, because you essentially look at the uptimes, you look at what their mining capacity is, you look at the amount of Bitcoin that they mined, and you multiply that times what Bitcoin's trading at, and it stands to reason that that was the number that was going to come in. I don't understand how the market decides what they think is going to happen with these miners. So anyway, that's the thing. That's the thing. So what let's talk about some good. Let's talk about not so good on RIOT earnings, if you will. So it's about the 430-minute mark. And we're going to talk a little bit about RIOT earnings, since I made this big old play on RIOT. So let's just look at it. So RIOT was trading at probably 1050 or so. My wife just got it. So yesterday it was trading at 1110 at 11. A couple of days ago it was trading at 11 and some change. And then it started dipping yesterday. it was still approaching $10, then it started dipping. So right around here is when I decided it was a good idea, right before the market closed. I decided it was a good idea to get clever and sell 500 cash secured puts at $8.50 for next Friday. And then it tanked. We opened up this morning around here, and I was like, okay, well, it's not too bad. And then it started going up. And I was like, this is great. And then it tanked some more. So right in this area here, I was like, well, I could sell 500 more. I could sell 500 more cash secured puts, bring in some more money. So essentially now there's $850,000 tied up in collateral. The shares, there's 110,000 shares. Most of them are for sale. Some of them are not, because they just haven't gotten around to selling the covered calls. I mean, been nice if I would remember to do it this morning, but I didn't. Now the positive is the covered calls are doing very well today. Look at that. Totally underwater on the covered calls. These are for 1220. And now the pressure's totally off of the covered calls for now. So that's the beautiful thing about strangling a stock, is if your cash secured puts are under pressure, that means that the covered calls are coming off of the pressure. The pressure's coming off of the covered calls. If your covered calls are under pressure or underwater, that means that your cash secured puts are printing. And I'd rather that scenario. I'd rather my covered calls be under pressure, my cash secured puts printing, because that also means that the shares are printing. So you have two ways that are, it's like, yeah, the covered calls are under pressure, but the biggest position, which is the share ownership, that's doing pretty well. And then you're cash driving successfully on the cash secured puts. I would rather that scenario any day of the week. So we're kind of in a pretty decent spot here. I don't want RIOT to dip too much. But that being said, if it does dip to like 870, 860, even 850, then I'll take a long, hard look as to whether or not we want to go ahead and acquire an additional 100,000 shares of RIOT at 850. I'd much rather take ownership at 750. But we'll see. We'll see. So now let's talk about the actual earnings. What are the things that I liked? What are the things that I didn't like so much? So I'm done with this thing here. It's freaking too hot. So there's that. Whew. So what did I like? I like that they are managing our expectations now. I like that they're like, hey, we haven't been hitting these numbers. We keep missing. So let's just give it to y'all straight. We're missing a transformer that we ordered a long time ago for Corsicana, so that's going to set shit back. The Kentucky thing's not going as smoothly as we thought that it was going to go right away. So that lowers the bar, and we're still trying to figure things out at Rockdale, essentially. So I like that they kind of like came clean. It almost felt like an earnings confession, if you will. So that part was good. They lowered the guidance, so that's no bueno for the stock. But it's also that they gave us more realistic targets. I like that they addressed that they are entertaining offers. They are fielding. They are having conversations about this whole HPC AI narrative. So they're willing to entertain a different way of making money. But they can't just pivot all crazy. Their counterparty would need to have really deep pockets, because the infrastructure build out is a lot more expensive to do the HPC AI versus just staying the course with Bitcoin mining. So there's that. So I do like that they are strongly considering taking on a hybrid approach to making money, not just being a one-trick pony with the Bitcoin mining. So that part was really, really cool. What didn't I like so much? I thought that there was just too much fucking dilution at not very good prices. It's like, I don't know who's selling these shares over at RIOT, but I'm like, dude, y'all should probably wait to sell these shares at $11 and not at the levels that y'all sold them in that $7, $8, $9 range. And I'm like, if you're going to do that and you're going to dilute us, well, at least dilute us at higher levels so that you get a hold of more money, because you got to pay a commission for these people to make those sales as well. So I just thought that the trading of the at the money, the handling of the at the money, because they had this shelf offering that was already approved, about $750 million worth. And I think they got $733 million so far for selling all of that. But I started digging afterwards, and I think they can still dilute a lot more. Like I think it's already approved. I'm unsure. I'll get that question answered whenever we head over to Dallas. And again, dilution's part of the game whenever you get in with these companies that are essentially they're very, very small, relatively speaking, and they need to constantly raise capital in a very capital intensive field. So you got to know what it is that you signed up for. And I am certainly aware, but my whole thing is if you're going to do it, well, maximize the money that you're bringing through the door. That way it's not like a Band-Aid trade. It's something that actually fixes the patient for the foreseeable future. So I think that dilution sucks. Dilution coupled with not getting real good prices at the market, that's like a double whammy. So that part is definitely something that needs to be talked about. And I'm sure they're aware. So that, balance sheet looks real, real strong. I think that they have a real solid plan to make sure that Rockdale becomes more efficient. Kentucky, I'm not real familiar with what's going on over there because that was a takeover play on block mining or some shit or whatever the name of that company was. So I'm not real familiar there. And then I'm a lot more familiar with Corsicana. And they have figured some things out. Like working on Rockdale for these last couple of years has really prepared them for this expansion on Corsicana. And I think that they're targeting 2026, 2027 is when they will be totally done with Corsicana. That would be the largest one in the world, 1 gigawatt. And I think that everything takes them to about 65 or 70 exahash per second when it's all said and done. Again, I'm just starting to really dig into these types of numbers. So I'm unclear as to whether or not their current expansion, whenever it's all played out, if that gets them to 100 exahash. I still think they're going to be short. So I think there's got to be something else coming. And it sounded like on the earnings call that they were talking that they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to figure it out, but the goal remains intact, which is 100 exahash per second. That's the big thing in a nutshell. So all in all, I thought the earnings were very direct. They asked Jason probably 10 to 15 questions. And I feel like he didn't skate anything. He just kind of told it the way that it was. It wasn't like a real big pump job or anything like that. So I thought it was okay. They did let it be known that they are actively working and perusing the mergers and acquisitions markets, either on the public level, like with Bitfarms, or on the private level. So if the right opportunity presents itself, they are capitalized to be able to take advantage of that situation if and when it presents itself. And they are in talks with other companies that want to utilize their infrastructure to do other things besides Bitcoin mining. So bottom line, investment thesis is intact. I feel a little bit more bullish today because anytime there's an earnings call, it takes whatever uncertainties you might have had and it addresses them. So I feel like they didn't leave any stone unturned for me. So now I just want to really understand how it works. Like I want to really dig into this company. That's why I want to form a RIOT weekly. And I want to really, really understand, okay, y'all have an X amount of miners online. And sometimes you get rewarded this amount of Bitcoin because the network difficulty is this much. There's power curtailment credits, all this stuff. Like there's got to be little metrics that I could look at. And without seeing the result, I should be able to calculate the result once I get more familiar with the company. And that's the deep dive that I want to go on RIOT Weekly. It's like, how does it work? And then what are the expansion plans? What do they got going on? Anything that I can hear through the right grapevine, I can share with you guys, etc. Like I want to be that guy one time a week, 15 to 30 minutes, not too crazy, but just to really understand what it's like. Like, hey, if you're going to take a company, you've already formulated an investment thesis. But now it's like you want to graduate to like, okay, well, what exactly do I own? I want to learn what I own. Like, what exactly is in the portfolio and why it's in there. I'm going to go through this journey. And I've only gone through this journey a couple of times in my career. So I'm going to go through this journey live with you guys so y'all could see everything that I look at and how I try to make sense of all the financials in such a convoluted space, because it's not that cut and dry, because it shows that they lost a shitload of money. But then if you listen to the earnings call, it sounds like a lot of that was also just depreciating the mining assets that they own. So it's, it's hard to just look at these numbers and make sense of it unless you're following the story as well. So it's a complex business. It's a complex business. It's not that cut and dry, in my opinion. So cover calls are doing well. The stock is still holding up, relatively speaking. We're still doing good for us. I mean, yes, we're getting our asses kicked on a drawdown today, but that's what happens when you have that many shares, right? Bottom line. But these guys right here got an average of probably like 20 some cents. What was it? 27 cents. Now they're going for 36 cents. So there's $9 more to be had per contract. So it stands to reason that we're down about $9,000 because there's 1,000 contracts. So do I have the capital to do another 1,000 contracts? I'm not sure. Maybe. But that would probably be irresponsible at this point, because we got the election, we got everything coming up. You guys can see the situation there. We got the 2 million in cash. The margin total is 46. Options collateral is 44.77. You already know where 850,000 of that is. And then if we look at the Clean Spark cash secured put, there's another 750,000. So 1.5, 1.6 million is right there on 2 Bitcoin miners. So if shit hits the fan with RIOT, you can probably be rest assured that I would probably be rolling this bad boy over here to December, or if not January, and putting a 7 handle on it, a 750 handle on it. And then I'll be like, okay, it's going to be painful initially, but whenever it's trading back at $10 or $11, I'm going to feel really, really excited if we have to take ownership in that 750 range. So right now I'm saying 750 range based on all the information that I know. That is like, okay, let's buy $750,000 worth of RIOT. I'm kind of okay doing it at 850,000. So this is a real, real good place to be. It's going to be very, very hard to shake me out of that position. So now I'm just looking at the data, 3 cents, 3 cents. So that's today, tomorrow, over the weekend, call it about 6 cents, call it about 8 or 9 cents, whatever it's going to be. So shit, that'll put me right back at even if I just stays at these levels. And that's the beautiful thing of collecting data decay, guys, is every day that the stock price remains above your strike price, it's a good day for you. It's like being a day above ground, right? It's like that Pitbull song, every day above ground is a good day, right? So yeah, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good. But now we're going to do a little preview on what's going on with Emit tomorrow. I'm going to work on all those books today. I'm going to work on them for you guys. I was going to do it live. I was going to do it just on my own to work on the books to update the spreadsheet for Emit, the scorecard. But I'm like, well, shit, I'll just do it live here with you guys and just kind of do Q&A, because I'm sure a lot of y'all's portfolios are bleeding out. I feel like I didn't get to answer a lot of the questions on Wheelers last night. So I'll go through the questions, answer some of those while I'm, kind of doing my work over here for Emit's segment tomorrow. But here we've got the 10,000 shares at 21 and some change. They're currently under 24. And this is a situation. We got cover calls at 32, cash secure puts at 25 and 24, and cover calls at 26. Emit fought me really, really hard on having these cover calls. And now they're kind of the saving grace for the position, right? So then now we're probably going to have to manage those cash secure puts. I don't necessarily think that we have to manage them tomorrow, but we're going to have to manage them here pretty soon nonetheless. And now we are looking at taking ownership of an additional 10,000 shares. And now this becomes a $500,000 position. So there's that, there's that. Whenever you play big, you're going to have to deal with the real big results, whether good or bad. So that is what's going on in a nutshell, guys. So now I'm going to be doing some work offline over here that you guys can't see, because I'm going to be working on all the math for all the positions that we've been on with the MIT, so I can get the accurate scoreboard. And now all I want to do is just live Q&A for you guys. So we'll go at the 21-minute mark. 21-minute mark, live Q&A. And let's see what you guys have to say. So where are we at? We did this one. Happy Halloween. What's going on? TJ, Tender by the Dip, right? Hands and Sound, calls printing, right on. Reality for all miners, we need BTC to run at some point. It's a rocky boat, so take your time. That's that motion sickness medication, guys. What would you do with a $43 strike price? Covered calls, 43. Is it Palantir? What are we talking about? What are we talking about? I probably wouldn't do anything right now. I mean, wasn't Palantir at 41? Oh, the market's so bad today. It's a bleeder. Definitely a cookie jar today. Hello and welcome. Xeno Frags. Sold a cashier put on hood for 26 and got hit hard. We'll have to start the cover call campaign when I get called in to get that premium back. Or you could roll the cash secured put. You could roll it out a month and go from 26 to 25, get yourself a better entry point. You don't necessarily have to take ownership of the shares right here, right now. But then you also run the risk of, cool, you got premium on the initial cash secured put, you got premium on the roll, because most likely you would be able to do that for a credit. But then if hood runs back up to 30, you didn't participate in any of that. So those are the gimmies and the gotchas. So you got to formulate a business plan and then execute based on whatever your business plan is. Our day, my EL are bloody red. HIE as well. Looks like I'm rolling my November 47 SMCI puts for next year. Oh, shit. Amazon follower from Italy, learning the art of wheeling. Right on, Giorgio. That is awesome. That is really, really awesome. So let me get, I got to get a MIT scoreboard, Project X scoreboard up. I'll show this. And then, guys, any other Q&A, put it on there and I'll be able to tackle it, because I'm just going to try to go through this right now and see. What are your thoughts on Archer? Looking at selling some puts. I own shares and I've got cash secured puts. I like that $3 range. I like that $3 range. Yeah, I like that $3 range. What can I tell you? I think that they have enough money on the books. Will you deal with some more dilution? Probably. It's early, man. It's so early on these companies. But right here, selling cash secured puts at 3. If there's an opportunity to sell them even at 250, I do that 3 or 4 times a year. This is a 2026, 2027 play probably. So yeah, I don't mind grabbing some shares here, selling cover calls on those shares, and then also selling cash secured puts and running a strangle at these levels. But I wouldn't go like super heavy, because it's pre-revenue. It's pre-revenue. It's hard to say. Archer better than Joby. It's too early. It is too early. I like the way they're both set up. I like the way that they're both set up. So I think that they could both win. This isn't a winner takes all. This is 3 or 4 or 5 companies that are probably going to do pretty well in a brand new space. So I don't think that we have to make that determination. I think you can make money with both of them. I prefer Joby at cheaper levels. It's in that low 4 or high 4s, 5 range. I got some shares, I think, at 547 or something like that. So I'll be looking to scoop more up in the $4 range if it gets there. So let me go here. So hood, so 48,615. So the way that I do this is I go to the actual wheel tracker. 48,615. So I go to the wheel tracker here. And I see that it's 62,540. 62,540. So this is the stock P&L. Then you got the call profits and the put profits. So the call profit and the put profit is 62,540. So that's the number that I'm putting there because we're not putting any unrealized P&L on the actual shares. So 62,540 is the number. So we go over to this guy here, and then we'll go 62,540. There's that. Shop, we haven't done anything with shop. With TSLL, 105,750. That is no longer the case because I sold all those backstop trades. So now let me go over to TSLL over here and see what's going on with the wheel. Holy shit, this is crazy. Okay, so the wheel P&L is 437,500. 437,500. So Project X just got stupid. 437,500. So I got to go over here now. So this is 437,500. And then this is now, I think, 15,000 shares owned. HIMS, haven't done anything with HIMS, NVDL, PATH, NVIDIA. I think that we made some moves on NVIDIA. So let me see about that number. I'll go over here, find NVIDIA. I'm just looking at the wheel profit. Yeah, so the wheel profit is now 21,206. 21,206. 21,206 right here. 21,206. Snow, haven't done anything with Snow. BITX gave some premiums back. So I got to figure that one out. So let me go to the snapshot. No, I can't do it there. Let me go to the wheel tracker. Oh shit, I think I have a Calendly. Shit, hold on, guys. I might have a Calendly. Oh, it's at 1:30. Yeah, 1:30. Good. Okay, so we got 30 minutes before I have a FaceTime. So, what were we looking for? BITX, right? So BITX is right here. Oh shit, Bill already did this one. Awesome. So 65, but is that right? That can't be right. Is it? There's no more put contracts. So what's open? The covered call is open. The covered call is open. The covered call is open. There's 10,000 shares. So all the covered calls, okay? And then does it show that I gave the money back for the puts? It's right here. So I gave that back. I gave that back. So that's accurate. Shit, wow. Okay. So it is 65,320 plus 77.82 in dividends. So 73,102. 73,102 for BITX, Project X. So BITX is 73,102. I mean, anything with Meta, American Airlines, that one, I gave money back. And I got to look at that one. So let me go to the big Robin Hood. Let's see if American Airlines still has its own ticker. Okay, so here we go. So American Airlines is 17,225, but then we have realized stock because I sold shares. So we got to add all of that up, or maybe I can get it from the summary page. I think it adds it all up for you. So let me see on the summary page. Where's American Airlines? Here we go. Beautiful. It adds it all up. Total return. There we go. 25,375. So 25,375 on American Airlines project scoreboard. So 25,375. 25,375. There we go. CrowdStrike. I think I did something on CrowdStrike as well. So let me go over here to the tracker. CrowdStrike has its own deal, I think. Yes. So CrowdStrike is 98.56. 98.56. So y'all didn't know that work went into this thing with the mid, huh? Like this segment with the mid, I got to do math. It sucks. So far we've got 678,000. I don't know this number, and I don't know the total open collateral. So I got to do that. Open share zone P&L, I don't know that either. So premiums plus gains or loss on the shares. So right now we have a loose number of $678,000 because I did all these backstop trades. So now the one thing that I got to do is I got to go figure out all the collateral. I got to go figure out how much collateral do we have tied up and put that number there. So I got to go to the tracker and I got to go to the summary page and I can see the open put collateral right here, I believe, row 71. So CleanSpark, I feel like CleanSpark's wrong though, 750. I feel like, I don't know, that's right. But that's not a MITS, that's my deal. Or wait, let me see if Project Dex includes CleanSpark. Yeah, CleanSpark is right here. So let me see if that's accurate. Let me see if that's accurate. Let me go to the big tracker. I feel like I got more money than that on CleanSpark though. Let me go to CleanSpark because Bill's got this thing here now. Okay, so the put profit is 293,600. But that was from back in the day, so I just got to consider these credits right here. So I just have to consider those credits right there. So it's 28,600 plus 12,700 plus 49,000. So 90,300. 90,300. Project X. 90,300. 90,300. And then now we got to do the open collateral. So now I got to go to this bad boy here. And let's see what pertains to our project. So the open collateral on CleanSpark, so 750,000. TSLL 1.432. 1432000 plus Hood, that's our project, plus 245. Open Doors not, Neo's not, Riot's not, and then other 355 plus 355. So 2782. 2782. Project X. 2782.000. Then the open P&L on the shares owned. Open P&L on the shares owned. Let me see. I'd have to go to the portfolio for that, I think. So what's owned? BITX. So BITX, so let's call it 67,000. 67,000. Hood is 28,000. These are just guesstimates. TSO is 39,000. CrowdStrike's 15,000. NVIDIA is 3,800. Let me make sure. Then these are not any. That's it. So 152,800. Let me make sure this is on total return. It is. So 152,800. Let's call it 150 grand. So 150 grand. And then now I just got to figure out the puts that are in the money. So now the puts that are in the money. So premiums plus gains loss on the shares is almost $900,000. Holy moly. What the hell's going on with this thing here? Y'all see that number that looks black, right? There we go. Okay. So premium, so in the money, cash secured puts in the money. So I guess now we got to go to the actual portfolio and see what do we have and puts in the money. So the hood puts are both in the money, I think. Oh yeah. Okay, so that's 245 grand. So those puts are in the money. What else is in the money? These Bank of America, these Boeing. Oh, I got to add Boeing to this thing. No, actually, I don't have to because he wasn't part of that one. So I can subtract this cash secured put because this is on the other tab. So I can subtract that. How much collateral is that? 300 grand. Okay, let me go back over here. So cash secured put collateral. So I got to subtract 300 grand. So that's 2,482. There we go. So I think it's just hood. I think it's just hood that's in the money. Archer, he's not part of that. CleanSpark's out of the money. Neo, he's not part of that. Open Door. I don't see anything else, guys. These TSOLs are out of the money. Yeah, so that's it. Okay, cool. Cool. So I think we're good. I think we're good on this segment with the Mint tomorrow. So now let me catch up with you guys. Just stumbled across your account this week. How long have you been wheeling? Going on my 5th year. Any suggestions when starting with $5,000 in capital? Make sure you're picking something that's really, really high conviction. High conviction and also have a funding strategy in place. I think it's unrealistic to think that you're going to get to huge levels and only put $5,000 into an account and not do anything else. So I think that you have to have a legit funding strategy in place. Guys, can y'all do me a favor and smash the like button? I'm trying to get to 1,000 views and 100 likes on everything that we do on the channel because I feel like it'll just be better for the algorithm. It shows that we're getting a little bit of traction. So if y'all can give me that solid, that would be awesome. Yeah, so if you're going to sell options, I would definitely pick something that you really like. It's hard in that price range. I mean, you could pick $150 stock and call life good, but then it's like you have to be right. You can't really afford to be wrong. So I just think that you're not adequately capitalized. I'd probably try to find a stock in the $10-20 range max and rock with it. Sell puts if you take ownership, sell calls, and then simultaneously sell another put and just strangle that stock, and eventually you might be able to manufacture. What's going on, Braden? We are getting cooked today. Is there a place to get the wheel tracker template? Yes, it's called the WD shirt 777 at gmail.com. WD shirt 777 at gmail.com. So there's that. Why I write it over CleanSpark? I have a lot of money in CleanSpark. I do too in cash secured puts. And y'all just saw $750,000 worth. Made a shitload of money on CleanSpark, almost 300 grand, but don't own any shares yet. And I don't want to own any shares at those levels. I like CleanSpark in the $5 range. And I was wheeling my wife's account at the time. So I wasn't really focused on the big Robinhood account here. So it was just one of those things. I just only played it via cash secure puts, and that's it. So, just kind of feel like I missed out a little bit there. But it's okay. You don't have to be in everything. It is a great day to sell puts. Chris, how's it going? I see him see this gentleman on X all the time. Xenofrog, thanks, TJ. I think I made my mind to get called in, so I have skin in the game, then start writing calls at least to bring some cash in. Right on. Would you buy a state lot? I don't know enough about it. Makeup company. I'm sure they do very well. It's just not really. It's just about my interest levels. Like I've been trying to get very interested in elf beauty, but I just think that it's probably gonna have to get to like $80 before I'm like, okay, it's two things. One, I'm not that interested, so I have to get interested, and then or two, the valuation has to be so stupid that I'm like, okay, I see an asymmetrical opportunity here. What's going on? 24 hours to live. Destroy the light, guys. Appreciate you guys. Have you looked at Poet at all? I've never even heard of it. Never even heard of it. PayPal is not PayPal today. Really? Let me see. What's going on with PayPal? Oh shit! PayPal's up. Okay, well, that's good. Maybe we'll just leave it on that today all day and feel good about yourself. So I got the 10,000 shares at 58.50. Got the shares for sale, or some of them for sale. And we got cover calls at 80. Bought long calls at 50, 25 long calls at 75. Haven't sold any cover calls on these. I was kind of wanting PayPal to run to like 90 before I started selling. So I got 25 more cover calls that I could sell. Maybe I like to bring some of that money through the door. Shit, with all this volatility, that would be the worst thing. Let's see. Maybe put cover calls out there at like $90 for January because I don't want to babysit these two for December the 20th. Put them at like 85, but then those are going to cause stress. I feel like 90 is where it's at. I think at 90 it doesn't cause any stress. Let's see if that moves the needle at all. 25 contracts. It's $2,000. $2,000, right? Just think about PayPal. It's just not a sexy stock to make a lot of premiums on. This is more of a capital appreciation play. Yeah, I like 90. I mean, they did miss on earnings, right? So there's that. Let's see if it fills, man. Maybe it'll fill. Give it time. Thanks for bringing PayPal to my attention. I might have brought in another $2,000 for the door. That feels like found money because I had no idea that was even, there. How about Take Two stock, the new GTA coming soon? Not familiar at all, to be honest with you. DJ's a real deal. All I have spoken to him multiple times in the past when he was starting up on right on. Yeah, appreciate you starting up on here. Yes, yeah, I've got 1,000 Casa puts over there. Y'all wrote those right now. Y'all make a lot more money than I did. There's that, but I can't do any more on those. It's just too much exposure to that one stock. So I have to kind of like chill out right there. How do you tell if an option offers a good premium? You just do the math. You just do the math, right? So you look at the stock and you're just you calculate the math, right? So it's like, okay, how much money do I got to tie up for how long of a period of time? How much money are they going to pay me for that? And then you do the math. So I'll pull up the calculator and I'll do one example of that stock math, and then I got to go because I got to FaceTime with one of the members. So here's the calculator. So let's land on a cash secured put. Well, let's do the right one, right? Let's do the right one because that one's already there. So right now it's paying 37 cents. Is right. It's taking yet another leg down. So it's paying 37 cents to tie up your money for 8 days. And how do you know it's 8 days? Because you look at the options chain, right? You look at the options chain and you put it on November the 8th, and that's 8 days. So essentially, you're getting paid 36 cents to tie up, 36 cents a share, $36 a contract to tie up $850 for 8 days. That's the makeup of the contract. So then you just go and you start filling that information in to the calculator. Right? So you go over here to the calculator, and we have all of our knowns. We have the premium. You multiply everything times 100 on the front end because it's multiples of 100 when you're dealing with 100 shares. So you take that 36 and you divide it by the amount of premium, the amount of collateral that you're tying up, which is $850 in this case. You multiply that times 100 to turn it into a percentage. That's already 4.2% for that period of time. And you can just stop doing the math there. You're like, I'm getting 4.23%. But I always like to annualize it to see how good it really is. And I'm always shooting for 30 to 40% annualized. You're going to see that this thing's going to break the scale. This one's going to probably come in at like 130% or something crazy. So then you're going to take that coefficient, you're going to divide it by the days of the trade. In this case, 8. Then you're going to take that number and you're going to multiply it times 365 days in a year. And that's going to give you 193%. Jesus, that's crazy. 193%, but it's because you're dealing with all the volatility and all of the uncertainty, which is what? The election. The election. If Kamala wins, the word on the street is that's not as good for Bitcoin. If Trump wins, that's really, really bullish for Bitcoin. But are all those things really true? I don't know. That's what makes the market. So anyway, that is ridiculous. I like that 850 Casa put. Obviously, got 1,000 of them. I would love to have written them today because now instead of getting 26,000 in premiums, could have gotten $36,000 in premiums. And in there lies the problem of not having a crystal ball and not being Nostradamus and being able to look out into the future. So we just make the best that we can do with all the information that we have at hand. Anyway, guys, I got to get rocking and rolling. I'll be on Amit's channel tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be able to get with Alex. I'll get the slides going. I'll learn how to use it, etc. I'll add whatever I feel like I need to add, and then we'll go from there. And then all of those slides are going to be available to the members. I don't know how that works. Man, I appreciate you. Wow, that is awesome. I appreciate you so much. I have no idea how that would work. Manny just gifted 20 TJ Will Deal memberships. I don't even know. I don't even know how that works. Like, I don't know if it's something that's random. We'll have to figure out all that stuff, or maybe Alex will know. But I appreciate you, Manny. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Lisa A. Sage, how do I get a membership? I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that. Uh, what time is the seminar on Saturday? Yes, it'll be on this channel at 9 a.m. Central Time, Texas time. But Texas has 2 time zones, so I guess I have to say Texas time. Let me hold a membership too, yo. I don't know how to do all that, Dallas. So we got to get with Alex, and I'll let him know to see how that works. Anyway, made some puts spreads on Neo and Riot today on the dip. Right on. Good for you. Anyway, man, I got to get rocking and rolling. I got to knock out a couple of FaceTimes and stuff. Just wanted to talk to you guys. I wanted to come at you guys like Fat Man, not Batman, but Fat Man. Because whenever the market's not doing so well, you gotta come at it like a superhero, man, and you gotta talk to it. You gotta talk to it, and and really you gotta talk to yourself. Right? You gotta talk to yourself, guys. I'm wearing this stupid little costume because I don't want you to take life so damn seriously, and I don't want you to look at every move in the portfolio like it's gonna make you or break you, your entire existence. And have a plan and sell some puts, sell some calls, collect some premium, roll when it makes dollars and cents, the whole enchilada. And then you feel like, it's a bat cave, Robin, right? Anyway. So just have fun with it, man. Have fun with it, but take it seriously because you got to figure out. Like I did a post. I'm going to end with this. I did a post on X, and this is kind of essentially what I'm going to really talk about a lot at the beginning of the seminar on Saturday. And it's this right here, and I feel like it's not talked about enough. Like it's not talked about enough. It's kind of weird because I'm looking at us on X right here. So let me smash the like on myself. But it's right here. So this is it right here. Selling options to manufacture a dividend is one thing. So here we go. So this is right here. We're live on Twitter as well. So selling options to manufacture a dividend is one thing. This is y'all's quote of the day. Selling options for income is another thing. Selling options as your only business and source of income is a different animal. Please know the business you're in and sell options accordingly. Tune in this Saturday. And I'll discuss how and why I sell options like I do, essentially. Because guys, I was talking about it, went on a little bit of a rant last night on Wheelers, and it's because if you talk to someone who has a 6-figure job, they're going to give you a completely different playbook on how to do it because they don't need to take these types of chances because they have that 6-figure job. If you're on Invest with Henry's channel, he's going to give you a completely different outlook and mindset on how to do it because he told me on the phone that he makes about $2 million a year on YouTube. So he's not going to go sell 1,000 cash secured puts on RIOT for next Friday because he doesn't have to. And I don't have to either. I choose to because I've done all the homework and I'm like, I kind of want the shares at 850. I would really love them. So I don't know if the market's going to go that crazy, but it'd be nice, you put your bet out there, see what happens, right? So you got to be careful that the advice, if you will, that you're getting or the strategy that you're implementing matches your goals. Because this is your business at the end of the day, so treat it accordingly. If all you need to do is manufacture a couple $100 a week and you're good with that because life's good, well then do that. Don't create any stress that doesn't need to be there. But if you're like me and you're like, well, I got to beat the market and I got to bring in, at the end of the day, 25% on the money because from there I got to pay taxes and everything else, I got to stay aggressive with this thing. I have to stay aggressive with this thing because in about a year or so, it's going to be the only source of income. Right now, I'm blessed with a solid 6-figure income from managing the family office and the hedge fund. But what if that goes away and this is all I got? I need to always have the mindset that, hey, with $1 million, I can create $250,000, give the IRS $100,000, live off $150. I'm okay. Right? Obviously, being able to multiply that 10 times over is even better. But y'all get the idea. So that's the thing. That's the thing. The massage chair's in the bedroom because I wanted the recliner in here because I watch a lot of TV in the office, and I don't want to have to watch TV from this chair when I could have the recliner. And the wife's like, let's put the massage chair in the bedroom so that now she can use it as well. So we put Alice, his name, the massage chair. We put Alice in the bedroom, and I've been still using it every night for 20 minutes or so. It's really, really awesome product. Anyway, TJ the Will Deal signing off. As always, may your sky stay blue, stock screen. Peace out. God bless you guys.